Contrary to popular belief, this is not just rap music. This is life. So I offer you right now, life. Life. For every little black child, this is life. Life. For every single parent, this is life. Life. For every brother behind bars, this is life. Hold your head.
UnMask'D. Still glad to be here. You know who it is. Your boy Trez. To my far across from me, I got P. What's happening with it, man?
What's up, man? King to a God. Rest in heaven, my boy and sauce.
All is well.
What's good, yo?
I'm good, baby. We back at it again. It's been a minute, but we back.
It has.
Yeah.
We kept feeding the people, but we good.
Most definitely.
You
Well,
know?
let's get into it, fellas. Y'all know what to do. Let's unmask. Feels good to be back. Feels good to be amongst my peoples. Good to see you, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Great to be back.
Yeah, it feels good, don't it? So I want to dive right in. I noticed that, we've been talking about black-owned businesses for quite some time. And one of the things that I've noticed is Jay-Z, some of our the ones we look up to, the moguls, Tim, Swizz, they making transactions. They selling it off. So
partnershiping.
Right.
let me rephrase. That's correct. That's more of like a partnership. It's a business transaction. So it benefits both sides.
Yeah.
I was just very surprised how we transitioned. You know how it was. It was like the Cristal and the Belvederes and that type of thing that was always,
Well, we promote it, but not really at the seat. Is that what you're talking about?
Well,
Because we didn't
basically
own those.
No, well, it wasn't that it was owned. It was just something that we, like you said, we promoted.
Right.
So now this was ownership. And so there's a different turn of events.
Right.
When you have ownership and stake in the company, it's weird when you see something like that happens. So it's like we had that to ourselves, if that makes sense. So for me, it was different to see it kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to sell my share, but I'm still going to be somewhat involved.
Well, you get into a bigger space of it, though, right?
Okay.
So if you
Some
take
of the stocks, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, so if you take Hove, right? So Hove, title partner with Square. You know, the little shit that you swipe your card with. You know what I'm saying?
That's correct.
That's
Yes.
a bigger play. So him partnering up with them, now he's in the room with the people who want to use that Square device.
Right.
It's a bigger play.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Streaming can't go but so far. It ain't but so much content you can add to it. People don't really, I don't think they use title the way that they really can. I mean, if you think about it, do you have title trust?
No, I don't have it.
You spins?
I definitely have it.
All right, so they'll show you concerts like the Brooklyn Music Festival, South by Southwest,
Right.
Summer Coachella. They'll air up there live.
Yeah. You know Spence got it. Jay was in his top 5.
Well, hey, regardless of the fact, man, I don't know if y'all know this, man, but it's very helpful when you're DJing.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, you literally
You could download it right there on the
download it
spot.
right there, then and there,
Yeah.
if necessary.
Right.
So it all depends on your catalog, but
Right.
it helps, to have that in place.
Right.
As long as you have something there where you can search and you can pull up the song,
Yeah.
right then and there. I'm cue pointing and I'm pulling my mix right in,
Oh, okay.
while I'm doing everything for the party.
So that's
or
a different
whatever.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even
So
think
love
about
it.
that.
Right.
I love it. It's a huge innovative tool that he helped, had for all DJs.
Yeah, but the thing I liked about it is he made sure that everybody who partnered up with him in the beginning got part of that when he partnered up with them.
I
In the beginning.
Equity.
And I believe the
Yeah.
number was what, 8.9 million a piece for each one that was in?
I'm not gonna quote it. If that's what you saw, that's cool.
That's from the reports.
Yeah,
8.9 million. That's for everybody that was
everybody that was on stage that day.
Right.
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah,
So we kind of transitioned. So in that same breath, you have Swiss Beats, Timbaland
going to Thriller.
going to Thriller.
Oh, Triller. I think it's called Triller.
Is it Triller? Okay. So, but that platform helps or hurts.
Does it matter?
Right. It's all about how it's used at that moment.
I mean, because we coming out, we hope that we're coming out of this pandemic, right?
Mhm.
Versus was great for the pandemic.
It
It
feels
was.
like we are.
It feels like we are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to fool us, but we'll see how these numbers go.
Right.
But Versus was really for the pandemic.
Right.
The last one that we really got is Ray Ghost coming up. And even that one.
I disagree, but go ahead.
That one you did is coming up this Saturday, or it'll be Saturday, March.
It's 19th. No, I'm sorry, 20th.
March 20th, Saturday, 5:00. You want the world to stop? I mean, I love Ray and Ghost, but the world ain't gonna stop for that.
Right.
And New York is outside right now. Dallas been outside. Houston been outside. Matter of fact, the turkey leg coming to Dallas that weekend.
Yeah.
So
it's coming that soon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The trailer. They bringing their trailer up.
The trailer. That's the start, but the idea is to, I believe, bring the restaurant as well.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It probably will. Let's go.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, I'm not dealing with the line.
You ever been to Turkey Leg Hut?
I don't deal with the line. That's why I ain't been.
The line is everything.
I haven't been.
I don't even know.
The line is everything.
This guy.
The line.
He got to give an illustration of how it went.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. How long was you in line for those?
It didn't even matter. I didn't notice.
You sure about that?
I promise you I didn't notice.
Okay.
What was in line with me and what had already made it to their table, I did not notice. And we'll do it again.
So again, just to get back a little bit on track with the help of that platform, as you just mentioned, it kind of has dwindled down based on some of the guests that have been on there. I'm gonna be honest. So if I can just be honest with the Gucci Man Jeezy, when I heard that was happening and everybody in the world, stopped and looked at the Gucci Man Jeezy, I was like, this is about to be crazy. This second season that they launched with the Gucci Jeezy was about to be crazy, and then it was kind of like, all right, what's next? And then you get the Keisha Cole, Ashanti.
Well, they was trying to finish out that contract with Apple. That's why D'Angelo's was D'Angelo and Friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I missed that whole one.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really much to see. The highlight for me was Meth and Red coming out doing the left and right.
Left and right. Yeah,
You know
I
what
saw
I'm
that.
saying?
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay.
But they was trying to finish that contract with Apple so they could put out the partnership that they had with Triller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They needed to get to that 10th episode that they had with Apple.
Right.
Yeah.
So that they can announce it.
So I get that there's a benefit on both sides. I'm sure it was lucrative for both of them.
Yeah, because they got equity now in Triller.
Okay.
And they paid everybody who had performed on Versus so whatever, a percentage of what they got.
Yeah. And I'm interested to see what it looks like, in that regard. I really am. I want to see what it looks like when you can actually probably just pull it up on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about if you got an internet. Well, just depending on your service, but you know what I mean.
Internet is always going to be key.
It's always going to be key, but at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about being at a certain time. You probably can just record it now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
DVR, yeah.
DVR, that type of thing. So I'm interested to see what it looks like. But just a couple of things I wanted to, kind of start off with, just because of the fact that these are huge business moguls and they look to essentially grow the brand. And so it helps all parties involved. But I was just, it interested me because I was so excited, again, when there was the Ace of Spades acquisition, and then also Tidal,
right?
Also Versus, kind of getting us through the pandemic. It was so big, so it was just interesting to see that transaction. But I'm sure, like I said, all parties involved are, got some type of benefit from it. So,
yeah, but the next major move ain't nobody really talking about yet. Is P trying to buy HBCU? If P pull that off.
Okay, expound on that, sir.
We still got the Reebok deal though. Still
he still got the Reebok. That's still got
pending.
the cars.
That's still pending, right?
Oh yeah,
it's still pending, and there is there is a stall, so to speak, on of course Reebok side.
Right.
But I mean, I won't get into the details. But if you just kind of read the report or that type of thing, and then it's just not like you said P, but it's not just him involved. You see what he's trying to do from the Allen Iverson, trying to bring that.
That's
back.
what Reebok.
Yeah.
That's what Reebok.
This HBCU is strictly him.
I heard him talk about that.
Yeah.
I didn't read the whole.
So what you think about it? I mean, obviously it's big, but
I mean, it'll be a good move. What college are you going to grab, and how are you going to turn that around and make sure that the educational piece is strong, like it needs to be?
I agree with that. And
Romeo already got a college though, right?
Yeah, but we're not gonna count that.
Okay, we
not gonna count that. What's that?
So
I declare war, college, university.
It's like
Hey,
something.
man,
It is.
I will tell
something.
you that it's
I
still
something.
it's still big because it's within the family. Obviously, it's black.
Oh,
owned.
yeah.
So regardless of the fact, that's that's a great move. I want to hear from you, Trez, because you came from HBCU.
Most
So,
definitely.
so when you see somebody, you grew up on them. Let's just be honest. I
Yeah.
grew up on them. I know you grew up on them
Yeah.
in the South. So, I want to hear your opinion on that because you came from HBCU, and then I'll kind of chime in on that.
I mean, if he does it, it'll be a great move. But I need to see how he's going to execute it. What's the plan? What's the vision? Like, just to say that you're gonna, buy an HBCU, then what? Like,
Right.
It's
and
much.
that's-
It's so much that goes into it. Like, how you gonna help the education get better? Like, because right now the funding at HBCUs is in a hurtful situation. That's why if you think about it, they just had the All-Star game down there in Atlanta,
Mhm.
and the donations was the HBCUs for All-Star Weekend.
Right.
So I mean, HBCUs is gonna take a lot, but I mean, if he was able to do it, I'm all for it. I mean,
So-
as long as he has the right agenda.
I agree. I agree. And one thing, and so if I could look at an example, the best example I can give of how I would like to see it be ran, if it were me, is I don't know if you guys have looked at it or if you've heard about it, but Morehouse has a program where essentially any male that has any type of college credit and they just have not been able to, for whatever reason, whether that's through hardships, whether that's through, they had kids or whatever the case may be, they are offering a really, really reasonable rate per credit hour. And I don't want to misquote, but I'm probably 95% sure that it's $600 per credit hour. And if you know Morehouse and you know what type of
very
institution
established.
it's not $600
Institution.
per credit hour.
Right.
So make a long story short, that's an amazing thing to do for somebody. That's. I'll give you an example. Myself, I haven't finished my college courses, so it'd be a prime way to do that, and it's online as well. So if I'm able to, obviously qualify that type of thing, I'm
Yeah, why
more
wouldn't
than-
you?
You see what I'm saying? So something like that almost inevitably gives back. That to me is like essentially that's a state college or a local community college, a higher end community college where you can, get that. I mean, as far as for price point.
Yeah.
Not comparing the two, but I'm saying
No, because
as
that
far as-
name alone.
yeah, it's a legend. It's legendary.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of history that goes along with that. But I mean, that to me, and if you are not aware, if you're listening and you're tuning in, check it out. If you go to the college website, that is an option for, and that's soon to come. So for those of you black men that are interested in something like that to finish your courses or your college degree, that's something you might want to look into. And so that's what I would like to see, if that makes sense, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And I would appreciate him for making that change in that regard. But it's huge nonetheless, him investing in
I
it.
appreciate him from a standpoint of not being afraid to
Right.
jump into whatever is available. You know what I mean? This guy from jump
Trendsetter.
he has been a trendsetter. He has made people look at the numbers different.
He got a new clothing line out right now. Matter of fact,
He's constantly
He never
moving.
stops.
money radiate.
And
Some-
the biggest
some to the
thing about him, he's not afraid to fail, Trez.
Well, I mean,
You know what I'm saying? He know people go talk, people go laugh, they go joke, whatever. But
Yeah.
at the same time, somebody buying it.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We laughed at Rap Chips, but how long has Rap Chips been out?
people snacking on him.
They snacking on him.
Yeah, rap snacks is
You know what I'm
huge.
saying?
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
somebody buying his ramen noodles.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And somebody go
The
buy
fish
the-
fry.
He
I don't know
go
if y'all seen that.
from low end to high end.
Yeah.
He don't miss a market.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to applaud the brother for
I,
that, man.
I definitely respect his hustle. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely respect his hustle.
Listen, I will tell you guys that's something that I aspire to be. You know, when it comes to like an entrepreneur type of spirit, that's something that you not afraid
Free
to fail.
will.
Yeah, just go for it. See where the chips fall.
Yeah.
So that's huge. I and I appreciate him for being that trailblazer, that trendsetter.
I agree.
I will ask you all. I know y'all been looking at some of the things that have kind of transpired with Kirk Franklin. I don't know if y'all got a chance.
I heard about it. I haven't heard the audio. Trust, you heard the audio of it?
I heard the audio, but I also heard that boy Plies said that was him on the audio. It wasn't Kirk Franklin. Like, stop the shit, man. Stop the shit.
They
Plies.
brothers anyway.
Take the fucking P out. Stop the shits.
What do they call them? Doppelgangers? When you look like somebody?
Oh yeah, just like yeah.
He said that wasn't Kurt, that was me.
So that what's interesting about that is like, and if I can go back, a little bit of ways back when we kind of discussed, how religious leaders, help the community and that type of thing. That's not, I won't say it's in the same category, but what I said in that instance was, we hold these religious leaders, these people that have helped, had a testimony, had a story.
A lot of people
has helped a lot of people kind of get through things with his particular ministry is through music.
Right.
We hold them to a higher standard, and then when something like this happens, oh my God, you get the good, the bad, the pros, the cons, and he's just a human. So
that's how I look at it.
He is just human, and being honest about it, from what I know of his music. He came in doing worldly remixes.
I mean, he came in with Salt and Pepper.
It made him gospel, right?
They was playing Kirk Franklin in the club, man.
Yeah,
I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how to feel that when I came on. I didn't know how to feel that came.
And then Kanye did it. He was like, "Oh, let's go."
Kanye did a little different,
a lot different.
Thank you.
It was a lot different.
It's still a gospel rap song. What are you talking about?
I mean,
But at the end of the day, like he's a normal person like everybody else. Like putting people in and hold them on higher standards. Yeah, because he's in the spotlight.
Look, Kurt,
there might be more expected of him, but like just because
Kirk Franklin. If by any chance you hear this, go beat his ass again for recording you.
They sin just like we do. Like he's had all type of issues.
Hey man, that's the purpose of the church. You go in as a sinner.
Right.
And then they try to build you up to be something else, which is washing away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hopefully you forget about this and, right
on.
It ain't no different than, taking a chick from the strip club and moving her out of town and making her a housewife. She can never be a housewife in the same town she stripped in. But if you take her ass to Utah, she'll be a perfect housewife.
The fuck she won't.
She might find a pole there too.
Hey man, she gonna get tired of sitting in that house.
I will say, I just if I could chime in, we always talk about what would you do? What would be your scenario? We always get our own direct opinions. I just think that you can't separate a human reaction from anything, or you can't make somebody or belittle somebody from a human reaction. I think, and this is not me talking about just him being a religious leader. You cannot, a human reaction is going to be, if your kid talk to you some type of way, your human reaction is going to be, I didn't raise you like that. This is not the case. You know better than this shit. You know what I mean? And I feel that would be the same thing with you, right?
Well, he got a daughter, so it's different.
That's true,
but
it's way different for me.
But the reaction, better. Now, I'm not saying that you're gonna go to that extreme. I am saying your reaction is gonna be, I raised you different. You know better.
Yeah, but you can't never ignore the influence that their peers have on them.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to do the math, your kid is away from you more than they with you.
Like that relationship just looks damaged from the beginning.
Yeah, it does. It does. But I'm talking about the fact that, okay, if you take a child that's of age, they go to school, right? So now they at school for 8 hours. They come home, they do homework for an hour, 2 hours. Y'all might be able to sit down, have dinner for an hour, hour and a half. Now they going to bed. How much time did you really spend with your child? Versus the influence of their active time with people that you don't know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you really got to look at it, and you got to really be impressionable, one. You got to be that person that they admire, that they'll come to as a resource, that they're willing to have a conversation about the bullshit they encounter through life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
That's what you got to do as a parent. You got to be open to all that shit and non-judgmental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also state your case at the same time. That's what I got to do with my son. And like I said, with Trez, I hope it's different as a girl. I don't have a daughter. But with my son, sometimes, I got to use certain language with him when he steps across that line. Nah, motherfucker, bring your ass back. That ain't what the fuck we do.
Right.
Get that shit together, man. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got you.
And it's definitely different between a boy and a girl. Like, she got it different, I'm very selective with the words that I use.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm very direct with the words that I use. So she know I'm not playing no games, and I think the relationship me and my daughter have is second to none. Like, so our communication is great and is continuing to get better. But when she knows I'm serious by the tone of my voice.
Right.
So the sternness in the words that I'm saying, and all jokes aside, you might throw a little bad word in there with it. You know what I'm saying? To let you know. I'm fucking serious, like, and then it stops. Like, she's not the one, because the way that she was raised, that's gonna push that envelope too far. You know
exactly.
Because she know the outcome ain't never gonna be. It ain't gonna never be good, whether it's me or with her mother. So, what I'm saying, that's just the way that she was raised. But I have a great child. So,
yeah, I get it. I understand that difference. I have. As you know, I have a daughter and two sons. So
that's right. So with your boys, you can go a little bit more harder.
Yeah.
As far as with with your daughter, you that first impression.
Yes.
And you don't want to dent it
every other man that she will encounter
for the rest. You know what I'm saying? So I don't put my hands on my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I have to find other ways to discipline her. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if I had a boy, his ass gonna get it. Oh yeah, his ass gonna get it.
Because you don't want these streets to touch him.
Yeah, you ain't getting no whooping. Your ass gonna get it.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a totally different approach. You know what I'm saying? You have a daughter and you have a son, so you go
two
right.
sons.
So
but I get where you're going. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that's fair. I mean, like I said, it's one of those things, man, it's gonna probably come to pass real soon. You talk about it for a couple
weeks. And on top of that, man,
of fame. You know what I'm saying?
On the top of that, man, look.
He coming out of nowhere, man.
The OU is just suppressed. It don't never go nowhere.
Right.
From what I know about Kirk, he was in them Fort Worth streets. Based on his story, right?
Yeah.
Him and David Mann, based on their story, they was in them streets before they got saved.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just suppressed. It ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you pull it out of him, it's gonna come.
I get that.
That's what all of us sitting here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man,
definitely.
my son has saved
that's a
lot
huge
of
point
people.
that you just mentioned. That's great.
Dog, my son has saved a lot of people.
Yeah.
From me going off the rail.
Changed you a little bit, right?
I mean, because I can't leave him here alone.
That's how I look at it too.
So I give a lot of people a pass. Whereas before having a child,
ain't no passes.
I would have touched you.
Ain't no fucking passes.
Yeah, I would have touched you real quick.
Right.
And not even thought about it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You
Understood.
know?
Yeah.
So it's just suppressed, man.
Right.
So, if I can just switch lanes for a second. So that was great. I mean, like I said, that's one of those things just caught me off guard. I saw it, I was like, wow. But if I can switch lanes for a second, guys, we just went through a hell of a month. And it took us a while to get back in the shape here to get it all started back up and that type of thing. And being here in Dallas, it is something else, man. And I know it's something like that for a lot of states, but this Texas, this Texas weather is crazy. And we just went through a hell of a month with these winter storms.
Went through fucking 4 seasons in 4 weeks.
In 4 days.
You fucking serious?
Yeah, literally.
It's 7 days for real.
And I'm curious to know, man,
14.
like it's kind of like almost like a follow up. You ask yourself, like, this is one of the seasons coming up where it's one of the most dangerous seasons, which is tornado season. It's like, well,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, man. Are y'all? This is something you've been accustomed to living, dealing with for since Texas has been a state, and now we coming off of this crazy ass weather that we just dealt with, and here it is, tornado season.
I ain't even worried about no fucking tornadoes.
I ain't worried about it either, for real,
the
cause
shit that
come.
It
living
can't come,
here,
but that shit that we went through in February, man.
Yeah,
living here
that prepared us for a lot of shit.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
agree.
That was some different shit.
Yeah, it seemed
for
like
us, like people up east, they looking at us like, man, that ain't shit. For us down here,
the entire state was covered. It's people. I've listened to other people talking about it was a government experiment.
It could have been. It don't make no sense. At the end of the day, we damn near died 1 week, and the next week we outside in shorts. Like, what the fuck? The fuck going on, man?
Yeah, I seen this motherfucker at the jail walk out the garage with shorts on. I was like, are you serious?
Hey.
Yeah.
A little bit of sun in Texas is all they need, man.
Oh, that on basketball.
Tank tops and flip-flops.
Flip-flops. You serious?
Because
Tank tops and flip-flops.
You just right. And so here's my whole thing. Like, I only brought that part up just because, like, you saw how unprepared the state was, right? You saw it. So my only thing is, like, I'm almost on, like, you don't want to hope for the worst, but what's next? And that's the reason why I asked that, because it's it is coming up.
Yeah, but I don't think the tornado will be worse. The
I think
tornado
they'll
only
be prepared for that. Like, they're not prepared for it.
Yeah, but the tornado, how long you been here?
Too damn long.
I've been here since 05.
Hey, man.
Too damn long.
Hey, man, it's not,
Shit.
But the tornado only touched Irving and Rowlett.
You been here since 05?
I've been here since 05.
You been here longer than me.
Look,
damn, bro.
We'll talk about that later, how I rolled into this motherfucker.
Damn, man. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Me
but from looking at it, tornado only fuck with Irving and Rowlett.
don't say that, man, because then this would be this would be the one time. This But I say that, man, because, like, I was insanely in a place where, like, I can't believe this. I really couldn't believe it. So I just say that, like, what could possibly be next? You know what I mean? And this is a lot of different dynamics. Of course, I can't predict the weather, so it's just crazy.
Neither can the weatherman.
That's to a certain extent. You're right. So if I can just transition out of that, let's go into some of the things that have transpired from our. I don't know if you guys got a chance. There was like a interview with Meghan Markle. I don't know if y'all got a chance to look at it, but
that was All-Star Weekend. No,
you didn't even pay attention to it.
I mean, I heard the aftermath about it, but did I watch it?
No.
Even if it was an All-Star Weekend, I wasn't watching it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, that doesn't appeal to my lifestyle.
Gotcha.
I've seen people on Facebook hashtagging and, making racial innuendos about it and shit, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Look, them people are who they are, man.
Yeah.
They are who they are.
What about you, Trez?
I heard a little bit about it.
Nothing much.
No, not enough that I didn't pay no attention.
So I asked that question just because, man, like, I didn't actually pay attention to the entire interview. Caught the beginning, and I had to turn it, man. I had to let it go.
What made you turn it?
It just seemed like it was like a cry for help, and I'm like, think about it. You're in the royal family.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it is possible, but it's a cry for help. To me, it's in the wrong way. Look how long you've been a part of this royal.
They left a minute ago.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not completely out.
He'll never be completely out.
Exactly.
But shit, from that it came out that what's the dad's name? Prince Charles.
Prince Charles, yeah.
That ain't even his kid.
Well, see,
they came out saying that that's the mom back in the day. God bless her soul. She had a horse riding trainer. She was banging him.
See,
and that's where the red hair and all that shit come from.
Well, see, then now here we are. So
they had some chick on social media doing side by sides of what's the dude name? Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
Harry and the trainer.
Look just like, huh? Won't be surprised.
I mean, here's the thing. So I said it. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I didn't even get into it. I just watched the highlights after the fact, right? Like I said, it just seemed like it was a cry for help. What I didn't like, what I didn't expect, or what I just was like, all right, whatever. Is like it was a cry for help, and it seemed like she was reaching. She was probably pissed off, I'm sure, because they had to basically lead a royal or
that was her choice.
Yeah. But it just seemed like after that, it was, I'm depressed. I'm in this state of mind. And I'm like, you got money. I mean, I know money ain't everything, but you got money.
Do you?
Yeah. You don't think? What you think, Trez?
Man, money.
I mean, because he was supposed to sever his ties with them. So where they get money from?
Yeah.
Interviews.
They didn't take no money for that.
Nah, I'm just joking, man.
No, I'm just saying they didn't take no money for that.
But even if they have money, man, money ain't gonna buy you happiness.
Okay.
It could buy you probably buy you every damn thing you want in the world almost. But that
The problem is
it's gonna be emptiness.
The problem is people give a fuck about shit they shouldn't give a fuck about.
You're right.
And that's just in general life.
You're right.
Fuck you care what they saying.
Yeah.
That's why I'm the bad guy.
That's why I'm the asshole.
That's why I'm the bad guy.
You know what I'm saying? I give 2 fucks about what y'all saying.
Shit.
What you paint me as,
Zip.
what your interpretation of me as. Motherfucker, your thoughts don't move my water.
Yeah.
At all.
You know what I'm saying?
At all.
And that's kind of what I was at when I said, hey, man, I got to change this, man. I got to go do something else. I got to do something more uplifting. I had to go, I got to go figure something else out.
And that's the thing, right? It's what you invest your time and your energy in, because, okay, people are enamored by them. They like their story, but how much of your time did you waste?
No, that shit don't get my energy, man.
You know what I'm saying?
At,
I wasted 2 hours watching the All-Star game. But that was enjoyable to me. Yeah. They wasted 2 hours watching Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, and Oprah. But what did that? Did you
I
get
didn't waste 2 hours. I asked y'all, did y'all chime in? I didn't waste not.
Or did you find another hashtag to put up?
I ain't see 5 seconds.
You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we'll talk about that in another segment. But meanwhile, some other shit going on that's about to be swept under the rug that ain't nobody paying attention to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of shit that's happening right now that people ain't really talking about. Or they ain't getting a lot of attention.
Right.
Yeah.
But bottom line, man, stop investing in shit that don't benefit you. No
doubt.
That's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or at least stop. Put your energy in something else.
Yeah, I mean, we all got bullshit that we indulge in for entertainment.
Yeah.
But leave it at that. It's just entertainment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Entertainment meaning that the shit don't move you emotionally. Right. You know what I'm saying? Beyond the fact. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? We got hyped over.
So let me push you this way.
Okay.
What about the situation in Oklahoma?
What situation?
With the high school basketball team, the girls.
You got to school me on that because I missed that. So school me.
It was a high school basketball game in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
2 teams. One was predominantly minorities. So during the national anthem, it's something that they've been doing the whole season. They've been kneeling.
Okay.
So they're kneeling for this state playoff game. And the announcer, live, he says, these fucking niggas are kneeling. They deserve to lose.
Wow.
Live.
That's social.
Live.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's social, and that's something that should move you emotionally. That goes beyond entertainment.
Did he get fired? No. He said his diabetes was acting up.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, take care of your sugar from home for the rest
Matter
of
of fact, shout out to that girls basketball team because they ended up winning state championship in Oklahoma, from my understanding.
Absolutely. That's that there you go. And as you should, take home the crown.
Right. But again, to the point, I missed that. That wasn't promoted like that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. They try to sweep that shit under the rug.
Yeah, you have to be dialed in to hear some shit like that. Meanwhile, we on some other bullshit.
Yeah. Uh-huh. No, I agree, man. That's and I didn't know about that, Trey. So I appreciate you bringing that to light. Let me ask you a question. What was the immediate reaction from like the crowd? I mean, did you get into any of that information? Like,
well, it was in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Enough said.
It was a commentator. Was it like the crowd could hear him, or was it like TV type shit?
So I don't know if the crowd could hear him because I think it was like a commentator commentating the basketball game.
Okay.
Right now in the basketball game, nothing's full capacity still.
Right.
So I think he was commentating for like, I don't know if it was a school radio.
Mm-hmm.
Don't credit me on that, but it was live and it was heard. And
Yeah.
And he said it while he was doing the national anthem, like while he was introducing the team. So
wow, that's crazy.
Hey man, look.
So go ahead.
This shit ain't going nowhere, man.
It ain't going nowhere.
Motherfuckers try to preach that we all bleed the same blood, but racism go unfortunately be here because
forever.
People teach hatred. We can try to overcome the shit with love, but there's good people on both sides, meaning all races. Yeah. And there's bad people on all sides, meaning all races.
Right.
You got to find a way to navigate through that shit.
I agree.
Know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And go from there, but just know If I'm in the room and
Shit's
I'm called that word,
shit's gotta be acted accordingly.
you're probably gonna get choked the fuck out.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What people, and this is just me, my personal opinion, what people fail to realize is, and this kind of goes back to the whole theme, the reaction. So you got the reaction from like, Kirk Franklin, his thing, even though it's a separate topic. You have the thing with Meghan Markle, the interview, her reaction. Like you said, you mentioned, people are gonna always revert back to their original self, their original feelings, the way they were kind of raised. And that's the thing that no matter what is to happen in the near future or, up and coming time, across the nation, and no matter who's president, it's hard to get out of this space. Why that is, I'm sure we'll never know. But it's really hard to get out of this space. And it begs the question, how will you react when that comes upon you? So you mentioned the black basketball team. You just said your experience, how you would probably react.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I've reacted when I've been encountered with it.
So that's a hard thing. I'm sure you have a lot of experience, sir.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not fond of the word personally. Like, to keep it a buck with you, y'all know me. I don't even really use the word that much.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to kind of practice what you preach type shit.
And just for the
that
record,
way, that way, if I'm not using it that often, what the fuck give you the right to think that you can say that shit around me, especially if you ain't
if you ain't one of us,
especially
that.
Like, don't play with me.
Yeah,
I'm not the one to play with.
Here's the thing too. I mean, and I know you said it, but you were saying it in reference to the situation.
Right.
So for all you listening, that was the reason. But I agree. And don't come at me in no type of form or fashion. And you damn sure better not do it if I got my kids around. If I have to show my ass, in any instance, that's just what's gonna happen. And I would hate for that to be the case, around my kids, my family, any of that. So one last thing is, we can always talk about change. We can always talk about different, ways to get better overall. And although we know we probably won't see it in our lifetime, my personal thing with, from a racism standpoint, is just the change overall. We got to put it in our kids. I'm sure y'all know you doing that. I know you doing that, P. But we got to try to put it in our kids, man, at all costs, because it's gonna be hard for that to happen in the near future. So like I said, I'm sure we won't see it in our lifetime, but my take on it is definitely instill it in your kids, or try to.
I mean, my son wrote an op-ed recently, and he had a lock where you needed a password. If I can get him to open up, I'll share it with y'all. But it speaks a lot to his age and what he's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I was at a loss for words after I read it. Because it's like, damn, hey, this dude 18 about to be 19, and I don't even know.
So he's different.
How to really?
He ain't. He's not even considered a millennial. What's the new one?
I don't know what the
Generation
Z. Is it?
Is that what they call him?
Because I'm considered a millennial.
Okay.
Yeah, the millennial range is huge.
He may not be a Generation Z. I mean, he might be a Generation Z, but he may be like a.
Oh, the thought process is different.
He might be like a Generation X.
Yeah, it's the thought process.
Baby boomer or something.
It's different. Like I said, I'll get him to unlock it and I'll share it with y'all.
Yeah,
but the read is crazy.
And this, what's good about that, P, is that he has found some type of way to express it.
Spoken word.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but his struggle, when you read it, his struggle is, why is it? Why hasn't it made a change? If y'all been dealing with this, if my dad dealt with it, my grandfather dealt with it, my great-grandfather dealt with it.
Yeah, why?
Why the fuck y'all ain't changing yet?
Right. No doubt.
Wrong ain't working. Why y'all just try to do right and see how that works?
I get that. And I'm all,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get it. And like I said, God forbid, we have to, any of my kids have to go through it, but at some point I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah.
And I would hope that they have
most definitely
full confidence in coming to me and saying, hey Dad, how do I handle this situation, and yada yada yada. So it's big, and we will speak to change, but that being said, fellas, I have enjoyed this episode. It was a little different. It was kind of getting back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
So for all you listening, all you guys downloading, streaming, liking, commenting. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you. We appreciate everything that you guys have provided.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend,
and then some.
And make all of them friends. Tell them to tell their friends to like, subscribe,
Right.
and then tell them to tell some more friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spread the word.
Absolutely. We're trying to grow y'all. We appreciate those that listen on a consistent basis.
Most definitely appreciate you. Appreciate the consistent comments.
Yeah.
Yes. Most definitely.
But we expect to grow. We expect y'all to grow with us. And shit, if you want to hear about a topic, throw that in the comments.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe it's something we can work on. But we got a lot of things coming up. So, be prepared for it.
It's about to get hot outside.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
About to get hot.
A little bit of a climate change, so we gonna turn up.
Fab Choosy song, my theme song.
Yeah, that album didn't get the play last year, so we gonna bring that back this year.
That boy Fab say, just know how hot your girlfriend is. Why you choosing? Man. I'm choosing too.
Right.
Don't try to curve me and your girl looking like that.
Well, as it warms up,
talking about we used to talk type shit. No, we didn't.
Right.
This guy, man. Y'all bringing back the Fab album? Okay. For the summer. No, hey, again, I couldn't say it any better. Thank you, Trez. Thank you, P.
Oh, one more before we get out of here, salute the damn, I don't even like this guy. But salute to LeBron and Maverick Carter. They in a group that's bought the Red Sox. And I gotta say that shit again.
Yeah.
For real?
Amazing.
For real.
Yeah.
This boy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that one.
Yeah. Salute to
that boy LeBron, man.
We don't really shout out other podcasts, but salute to Joe Budden and his crew.
Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah. They got a deal with Patreon where Joe Budden got some stake in there and promote his people and
Rory and Mal.
Creating a network. So hey man, people growing, man, and we just trying to tap in and grow as they grow.
Yeah. I agree. Couldn't have been said better, man. Yeah. I definitely appreciate you fellas, man. We gonna turn up with the temperature. So with that being said, guys, continue to, like I said before, like, share, comment, download, subscribe, all of those things. Till next time, we out.
One.
Not this is life. So I offer you right now, life. For every little black child, this is life. For every single parent, this is life. For every brother behind bars, this is life. Hold your head.